Here we are. We made it to YouTube. I'm so proud of myself. Hi, I'm Jenny from Heart of a Mother, and tonight I'm bringing Stacie on this video with me to learn more about Stacie. Stacie is one of our homeschool consultants, and I'll let her introduce herself briefly.
Hi, I'm Stacie. The basics, Jenny?
Yeah,
The basics?
the
Okay,
basics.
Stacie. Stacie, homeschool mom of 6 children, Army wife. We've lived all over, but we're currently in Texas. And I have known Jenny, how many years has it been, Jenny?
I don't know. 4 or 5
Five?
longer?
I'm like,
Oh,
when
that would
was,
have been COVID. COVID was
yeah, I was
5,
like, when was
so
COVID? Just like during COVID.
I think so. And then we met in person that one time
One time we met in Kansas.
in Kansas. Yes, that was crazy. Awesome. Well,
Okay.
I'm super excited to share Stacie with you and her enthusiasm for homeschooling and helping mamas. But before we do that, let's play a little this or that. Sound good? All
Yeah.
right. Morning basket or afternoon tea time?
Afternoon tea time.
Science experiment or nature walk?
If I
If I have to.
if I if I can't schedule it during toddler nap time, then nature walk. Like it depends on the time of the day. But if
Fair.
I yeah, if I can schedule the science experiment during nap time, then science experiment. So I have to load
Okay.
people in the car.
I know, hard. Like neither.
Yeah, it's like, ugh.
Okay, how about just you in the car? Would you go to book club or the gym?
Jim.
Sorry. I know. Who does that? No, I'm kidding. Saint Therese of Lisieux or Saint Teresa of Avila?
Of Avila, La Grande Thérèse.
Tea or coffee?
Tea, but only sweet.
Nice.
I mean, I like coffee, but I only like it like a very specific way. So if I can't get it in that very specific way, then I don't want it. Yeah.
Okay, what's your coffee order? Let's go there.
I don't even order coffee at Starbucks. I get like a chai latte ice usually at Starbucks, but like if I'm at home, I have an espresso
Mm,
machine that was gifted to me, so the coffee is very foamy and I like it very foamy.
yum.
And I don't know,
Okay,
it makes me feel like an adult. Whatever.
there you go. That's important. Okay, library trip or subscription boxes?
Library trip. It's my happy place.
Go to co-op or stay at home?
Uh, Depends on the co-op.
Okay, fair.
De Depends. Yeah, it really just depends on the co-op.
It does. Workbooks or iPads?
Ugh. I'm gonna say workbooks just because the temptation to look up non-related school things on the iPad is too great.
Fair.
Not that I don't like the iPad, I do, but like the second you turn your back, they're like on YouTube looking at funny videos or something.
Fair.
So yeah.
Okay, serious one. Daily mass or adoration?
Oh
Really
no,
hard.
no, daily. It's got to be daily mass because when I've gone to adoration in the past, it's been like way too overwhelming, and I'm like, I don't know,
Fair.
it's been like a therapy session. And I'm just like, you're judging me, like or something. Like I get way too overwhelmed.
Okay.
Yeah, so probably daily mass.
Although we need those sessions sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it
Uh,
not in a bad way, just
right.
in a exhausting, like
Yes,
emotionally exhausting kind of way.
I
And
get you.
yeah.
Okay, museum or zoo?
Well, I love me a museum. Does it have to be like what kind of museum?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna say use, but I like the baby animals. If it's not too hot, zoo, just
Okay.
because I like the cute animals. But if it's above a certain temperature, which is often in
In Texas.
Texas,
Yes,
then museum because it's
of course.
Stacie. Yeah.
Okay. All right. School's out at 2 p.m. or we're done when we're done.
Oh no, we gotta be done by 4
Okay.
because we start a little bit later.
Yeah.
So I mean, there have been seasons in life where we're done by like my cutoff was 3 o'clock, and I was like, I'm done. Like I've clocked out of this
Yep.
teaching, but not done when we're no, 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 no,
Okay.
no.
Would you rather play blanket fort or the floor is lava?
Blanket fort,
Okay.
blanket fort,
Harder one. Rosary or Lectio Divina?
rosary. But I tend to
Give us
zoom
picks.
out, so I need to listen to it
Mm-hmm.
while I'm saying it because
Gotcha.
then I miss counting. Even with like a rosary in my hand, I will still miscount the beads. I'm really talented
It's
that
all
way.
good.
Yeah, I gotta listen to it.
Okay, a few more.
Okay.
Audiobooks or read alouds?
Audio books. Wait, for the kids or for me? So like if I can find a really good narrated version, then I love me
Okay.
an audiobook. I mean, there are
Okay.
some that are just like phenomenal. Sometimes the
Okay.
boys will say like, "I like it when you read," but like lately it's been more like, let's turn on the audiobook.
Right. Okay. Dino chicken nuggets or peanut butter and jelly?
For me or the kids? The kids will always go for the nuggets. We only have peanut butter sandwiches on Thursdays.
Which would you choose if you had to eat one? She's like,
I
duh.
had to eat one. I would have to pick the nuggies, but only if I had like Chick-fil-A sauce or something to dip them in.
I was gonna say a ranch or something. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Last one.
Okay.
St. Francis or St. Augustine?
Augustine.
Oh,
No.
that surprises me.
Yes.
Okay.
One, I like his name better. It's like not a just a, but it's like Augustine. Um, because then you can call him Gus Gus. Uh, uh, that's not a really good reason, but that's a reason for me.
Hey,
I
that's
do,
okay.
I do love me Saint Francis. I really love him and the wolf story
Mhm.
because it's just like so relatable and like a literal wolf and like a metaphorical wolf. But I like the fact that Augustine, I like how he had these mentors, like his mother always praying for him, but like also Saint Ambrose, like not convincing him but
Mhm.
like meeting him logic to logic, like mind to mind, almost like academic to academic, kind of like arguing back and forth with him. Like they've just presented the evidence in a
Mhm.
way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yep.
and
Got him
that
talking. Got
presenting
him
the
thinking.
yeah, and I like that because it proves like not just hearts can be changed, but like minds can be changed.
Mhm. Awesome. Very cool. All right, let's switch over to homeschooling and consulting. Briefly tell us your homeschooling history.
Ugh, 6 kids. We're military, so it's just easier. Like I couldn't even tell you how many schools my oldest would have been in. Like just like at least a dozen
Mm,
schools. So I mean, in like 6 different states, you know what I mean? Just
yeah.
like overseas, like it was just way too overwhelming. And I said we were in Okinawa at the time that he was a school ager, and I only had two, and at the time, and I was doing family child care. So I told myself it was only going to be for kindergarten because I had the other toddler, I was doing family childcare. Like we kind of had like a little setup where he always had kind of like a friend or two playing, and it worked out pretty well. But then when I found out when we were coming back to the States and we were going to be in North Carolina and where we were going to be in North Carolina, I was like, I can't put him in the schools there. Like, we don't
Yeah,
even know where we're going to live, like, let alone, and we couldn't afford, private school tuition. I mean, at
right.
the time, Dorfina wasn't even like, he was like a lieutenant. Like,
Yeah.
it was just been way too much money. And so I was like, okay, then this will just be for his first grade and his second grade. And then like my daughter was in kindergarten. And then we just thought, and then
Just
we moved to,
happens.
yeah, and then we moved again for like 6 months. And then I was like, who am I kidding? If this is how it's just going to be,
Yeah,
then
it's the best way for your
that's it.
family.
Right, for my family. And then it just got to the point, I mean, how it's like I don't want to leave the house 5 days a week at like 7:30 in the morning with all those kids.
Yes, yes. So so over all those years, I'm sure you've done a lot of different things, but what homeschooling like philosophies or methods are you most comfortable with?
Probably the Montessori method, just because it hits the multisensory kind of it just I think it's easier for the kids to learn because it is multisensory in its approach to teaching almost everything.
Hmm.
It just, especially in those early years, I just found when I found Dr. Montessori's work, like she convinced me to homeschool because she wrote a book that's like, I mean, by now it's over 100 years old, and she was voicing the same complaints I had with the public school system. And
Hmm.
it was like all these decades earlier, and it was the exact same complaints of kind of like teaching for the test or whatever. And I
Right.
just was like, how is she seeing the same thing that I'm seeing all of these decades later? How did she see that? And, the approach, her method and
Very
implementing
cool.
it. It was very hard early on because the internet wasn't what it was,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
15 years ago. It was everything Montessori was expensive, but I still do keep to the like multi-sensory approach. And
Yeah.
also, it was very easy to break things down into smaller steps, especially in those
Hmm.
early years, the like 3 to 6 kind of ages.
Yeah.
It just ranked so true to my experience. But
Awesome.
yep, I think that's where I feel okay.
Do you feel the best? That's really cool. That's great. So what one like subject or topic do you secretly geek out over and how do you sneak it into your lessons like all the time?
Latin American history.
Say that
Uh,
again.
did I get all the books back there? Yeah, I mean, mostly just anything history, but also anything Latin American history. But also, I really like to include a lot of like fairy tales,
Mm.
a lot of just I call it myths, fairy tales, and fables. Like I try to
Yep.
to stick that in. Also, just anything related to Winnie the Pooh is just going to be it. It's just going to be related.
I thought you'd say that.
I'm a woman of simple taste. Um,
Very cool.
yeah.
Fantastic.
So just any. I was like, oh, printables, Winnie the Pooh. You
Yay.
know.
Okay, so throughout homeschooling, what has been the hardest part about homeschooling for you and how have you handled that?
Ugh, math. I just handle it because I have to.
Hmm.
Um, just it's just really annoying. But it makes me really appreciate my teachers that I had, like I can look back and now really see like which ones actually cared to teach us and which ones were just awful. And I think
Hmm.
math probably has a lot to do with that, but I handle it by telling myself like it's it's not even handling, you just have to do it. Like you just have to cook at some point during the day and you have to like fold laundry and you have to.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just something
Yep.
you have to do.
You just have done it. Good, good.
Right.
So on those tough homeschooling days, what is your
Mhm.
go-to brain break?
Go to brain break is usually let's get in the car and get some slushies, or right, like or just even go outside. Sometimes you just have to like physically remove us
Yep.
from the location of where this is starting to melt down.
Hmm.
And like let's go to Chick-fil-A or let's go to the library or let's go, you know what I mean? Like let's
Yeah. Change the
go.
scenery.
Right, just shoosh. Sometimes, or if we can't go anywhere, then just go outside.
Hmm.
Let's just go outside. Let's have some snacks outside. Usually I need a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I was asking about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Ma,
just gotta sit down and just sip on this Dr. Pepper, people.
very good.
Yeah, so
All right.
that's
So, so this is you introducing yourself to others. So I know the answer to this, but do you have any experience with like learning challenges, asynchronous development, giftedness, and what does that look like?
all the above. Uh, I only make neuro sparkly children. Um, I don't make a typical child. I don't know. It's dyslexia, it's dyscalculia, it's dysgraphia. Um, it presented in different ways in all of the children, but I think because my first was like the hardest to teach,
Mm.
like all of the other ones. I mean, not that he couldn't learn because he was one of those kids, and you can tell it's like that, like ADHD or even just the neurosparkly, like hyper focus
Hmm.
kind of thing where he was like 5 or 6 years old and could name like 100 different sharks. You know what I mean? And just
Yes.
if he was interested in it, it was just his entire universe and he could just absorb it. But when it came to, like those basic kind of skills, like adding math facts and stuff like that, and he was just like, I don't know. Like,
Right. Yes, that's that asynchronous. Like they're like really ahead in something
like,
and not at all there in another.
and it was just like, okay, well, or it was also too like he was doing fantastic in like the everyday lesson, but then if you would ask to do like if you would review that lesson a week later, boom, it was gone. Like
Oh,
gone, gone, gone,
such a
gone. But
challenge.
he totally got it at that moment. And so I think because he was the hardest one, like anything is easier than that.
And he's graduated now, so like
And he's
it works.
graduated and he's totally fine. He's like an adult now and he'll be
Ish.
joining the army soon. Yeah, like and he can do all kinds of other things like cook and clean and do laundry and take care of himself and not be a slob, and he loves reading and he loves books and whatever he's super interested, he still has that same kind of like, if I'm super interested in something, I need to learn everything about it.
Hyper focus. Yep.
And
Awesome.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. So
That's beautiful. Well, I know you like helping mommies with that because you have that experience, but you know, let's focus in on you are a homeschool consultant for Heart of a Mother.
mhm.
And what do you love about that? What do you love about being a consultant?
I think, well, I love the sunroom so much because it does give me that little break.
Hmm.
Twice a month, I know I'm going to talk to another adult mom.
Hmm.
And that's important because you don't realize like how often you only communicate with children until you're like talking to another mom and just like, oh my gosh, maybe I don't have to explain myself in the same kind of way because I'm not teaching that other mom something. Not that we don't teach the mom something in the sunroom, but just I think that the sunroom experience is like just a nice little balm
Hmm.
because I know that twice a month for that 1 hour, I will have an adult time with a mom who's in a situation similar to me. And yeah, I think that's my favorite part
I love
about
that. That's great.
the membership.
So, um, can you share perhaps some examples or one example of how you've helped guide one of our consulting clients, either in the sunroom or outside? Like, what kinds of things have you helped them with?
Mhm. So I do the clients that I've done one-on-one, there's usually a reading question is usually it's usually in there, possible dyslexia or it's almost always in there. I'm trying to think back to any client I've had where dyslexia wasn't brought up, and I don't think I've
Because we
had
send them
one.
all to you.
Yeah, I don't think I've had one, and you know what? I don't mind at all because they get to learn from my experience, and I had no one to help me when I first went on this journey. I had to like convince people that I absolutely saw what I saw and that it was an issue because my son was so bright. I mean, he is so bright and he does read, but oh yeah, spelling. And so I don't mind talking to them about it. And you know what? I really like being the person to hear everything that they tell me and then to point back at them like you are doing such a good job. Like you're doing so much better than you think you are doing.
Hmm.
Like I'm taking everything that you're telling me and I'm laying it all out in my mind and you are doing so well. You are like these are all the right things that you have been doing. And I love telling moms that like yes, that little voice that's telling you something is wrong, listen to it and you have been doing like with what you know you have been doing so well.
Hmm.
Just yeah.
That's
That's
great.
it. That's my
We,
favorite part.
yes,
Like because moms don't realize how well they're doing until somebody points it out because you always look at yourself like the most critically.
yes, yes. That's why I wouldn't say force, but strongly encourage our mamas to start with what's working.
Yeah.
What's working well right now? Because if you name something, you're like, okay, I'm doing something right.
Hmm.
Very valuable.
Hmm.
Okay, last question, something fun for you. If you could take your dream homeschool field trip anywhere in the world, no budget, like, I mean, unlimited budget, where would you go and what would you do?
Two places.
Okay.
First, we would go to the actual 100-acre wood
God.
in England.
In England, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So like we would go see it and we would go see I have like a book about the actual 100-acre wood. Like we would go see all of the spots in the book. There's even like a bed and breakfast over there that they built in the shape of like Pooh Bear's house. And like I would want to go.
Mhm. Of
Second, I'm like, is that a homeschool field trip? It is.
course it is.
Second, the Charles Schultz Museum in California to go see all of the Snoopy things.
Okay.
Yeah, I would go on like a Peanuts tour of
Hmm.
California.
Okay. I love it.
I mean, I do consider comic strips and Peanuts, I do consider that all like a type of American art form
Hmm.
that we really just like took it and we ran with it and it brings so much joy to everybody in the world. Everybody knows who Snoopy is. Everybody. And I think it would just be smiles all day long. I would just love it so much.
I love that for you too. That's great. That's so fun. Very fun.
And the Tokyo one, I forgot. Okay, so there's a Peanuts Museum in California, which is like the official one, and the one other Peanuts museum, it's actually a Snoopy museum, is in Japan.
Oh,
So I'm counting that as one because it's part of
sure.
my Peanuts tour.
Just do your little literary tour around the
Yes,
world and stop at all these places.
yes, absolutely.
Oh, that's so fun. That's wonderful. Well, thank you, Stacie, for taking the time to hang out with me tonight and chat here. And hopefully, people who watching this will be like, oh, these people are normal, but they can help me with homeschooling if I need
Sort
it.
of. They seem kind of normal.
We're very relatable. Maybe that's a better word. Relatable. Like normal
Yes.
is there's no normal, right? We agree.
There's no, yeah, you got to be just like a little bit off kilter to like take on homeschooling. No, like this journey, like take it all on yourself. Like you got to have a little tiny bit of the crazy.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
you know,
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong. But
right, like
yeah,
a tiny little rebellion or something, just like a
yes, a little bit. You gotta be a little bit.
little bit.
So, Stacie is available for one-on-one consultations about reading issues or anything else related to homeschooling. And she also joins us in the Sunroom on our live calls twice a month. As she said, we have
Hmm.
live calls every week, and I'm on
Hmm.
those calls with our two consultants who take turns.
Hmm.
And so we'd love for you to head on over to heartofamother.net, check out the support options. If you ever need us or can refer a friend to us, we are here for you and we
Hmm.
love doing it. We love just the community that we create through mom to mom
Yeah,
kind of.
because they get it. We get
Mhm.
it. They get it. It's beautiful.
It is truly beautiful. All right. Thanks for being here, everybody. Take care.